What's up, everybody? So, like I always say, like I said in my previous videos, that I'm posting up her picture just to have fresh eyes. If you have not known about this case, she had been kidnapped in a park in New Jersey. There's a phone number. If you know anything about this case, please give that phone number a call. I will probably make a video about it, but if not, then I'm going to be putting videos about the case in the description below. So, yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience with 9/11. I was a little hesitant to talk about it, but I mean, if I don't give too much information of what school I went to, what place my friend was going to work at, then I think I'll be fine. But so, yeah, let me tell you the story. This is, I believe, two or 3 weeks prior to the events. And so my friend goes, hey, would you like to come with me to Manhattan? I'm going to be dropping off my resume, and then we're just going to come back home. I was like, cool, no problem. So we went to, it was roughly around it wasn't in the Twin Towers, it was around the Twin Towers. So, but we had to, we were very close to the Twin Towers, okay? The train stop was very, very close. So we went, we dropped off the resume, we ate a little bit, we came back home, and because he lived in the same apartment building I was in. So that was that. Then, maybe a week later or so, he said, hey, I have a job interview. He didn't tell me exactly, what day it was. So I was just like, oh, great, good luck. And so days pass, or weeks pass. And so he knows that, I'm going to school. So I guess, he didn't say nothing. And we were the same age. So he was out of school. I was still going to school. And so, normally I would, go to school very, very late, to the point where, I wouldn't go to first period. Okay? And so this day it was funny, because I had actually gone to school just a touch late, maybe I would say 5 minutes late. And so while I was sitting in the seat, I was sitting in the middle row. And so my teacher, it was English class, and she was writing on the chalkboard. Not something that you hear about anymore, but yeah, she was writing on the chalkboard. And I remember one of the teachers coming into the classroom, rushing into the classroom, and she goes, a helicopter hit into one of the buildings of the World Trade Center. And she goes, my brother should be in the building. He works today. And the woman goes, it was, she just, I don't remember what she said, but she said it was this building. And she goes, okay, no. He's not in that building. So she didn't say building 1 or building 2. She said something. You know what I mean? Like, I think she said like the smaller or the taller. I don't remember. But anyways, so she leaves and then she comes back like not a minute later, and she goes, "It was a helicopter that hit into one of the buildings." And my teacher was like, "Oh, okay, like thank you for clearing that up." So then the woman walks out. When the other building was hit, the woman rushed right in and she told my teacher. My teacher flipped out, like freaked out, because obviously, you know, her brother is in the building, or she thought that her brother was in the building. So she rushed out. I don't remember if she came back. I'm pretty sure she did not come back. Well, I'm pretty sure. I don't think she came back, but we had a substitute teacher after that. So then we were told that the Twin Towers were hit. We were not told the extent of what happened, and then all of a sudden we felt like this rumble, and we did not hear the crash, but we did feel like a rumble, okay? And so we basically we were looking at one another like, what the fudge, you know? And so, like, I think it was like a few minutes passed, and then on the loudspeaker, they told us what happened, that we were being attacked. Okay, that's okay. It was funky because we were being, yeah, it was really funky. That they told us that we were being attacked and that there was like two airplanes that hit the World Trade Center, and the both buildings like crumbled. I'm sorry, I'm like going off of like, you know, information that happened years ago. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. I did not write it down. I'm going off of memory. Okay, so we were told, so like we did not go to another classroom. We stood in English class. And so like we waited a little bit and then they just let us out, you know. I think I met like one of my closest friends now, like while I was walking. Okay, it was funny because she was walking and I was walking, and I was just like, hey, I remember seeing you in English, like I remember seeing you in math class, I think. And she was just like, oh yeah, you know, I live like, I think, I'm not gonna say her street, but she said, I live on X Street, and between X and X, you know. And I was just like, oh, I live X Street and X, you know. And then she was like, oh, I don't live that far from you, let's walk together. So we walked, and I got home safe. So I think it was about, I'd say an hour and a half rolled by, and knock on my door, and it's my friend. And he was like, oh, I went to Manhattan. And so this is what he told me. It's not word for word because, dude, it's like, it's been a very long time. So what he said was, he got off the train and all he could see was papers, like a bunch of like papers. They were coming down from like the staircase from the from the train station. And so while he was just standing there, someone grabbed him from behind and pulled him in, okay? That's what he told me. So the doors closed and the train just went. And so, like, he told me that he thanked the person. He was just confused about the whole entire thing, you know? Because he didn't know what was going on either. And so, like, I honestly, if I felt the rumble, I thought he would have felt the rumble, but I don't know. Anyways, so honestly, to be honest, I don't know if the buildings crumbled before or after he got off the train. So I don't remember that. All I do remember is him telling me that he got off the train. He saw papers flying down. The person grabbed him, pulled him in, and then the train doors closed. So, yeah, that was that. He said he went a couple of stops, got off the train, went to another train, and then went back to my house. So that's what happened. And in my mind, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Just freaking crazy. But after that day, it was pretty surreal, you know, like my school had not just one, but many bomb threats. And so, like, my school, I don't want to give too much information about my school, but I'm just saying that what they did was effed up. What they did to prevent the kids from leaving was effed up, okay? So, like, there was rumors about bomb threat, and so when those rumors were spreading, they were locking the doors, which in my mind isn't that like a fire hazard? You know, you shouldn't be doing that. So, like, it was all types of effed up. Like, I don't understand why they did that, and I don't understand how they could have done that. But they did. So, and honestly, when they were doing the locking, when they were locking the doors, a bunch of us were like trying to find our way out of the school just so we can, you know, we didn't want to be in a school that was freaking getting bomb threats. I mean, we just had a terrorist attack, and now you're like, oh, we're just gonna lock these doors and hopefully nothing happens, you know? So, but yeah, that's what happened afterwards. It was pretty crazy. I lived close to a highway. I'm gonna say a highway, okay? You could see cars coming and going, and so, like, this particular highway, there was a lot of traffic from the World Trade Center, picking up the bodies. I really hate saying that, like, picking up, like, the remains and then taking them to wherever they needed to go. I'm trying to think of the way to, like, say it in a gentle way, but unfortunately that's what happened. So it kind of took a toll on my mental health, because I had to see that, like, every single day, like, all of these cars, just like, not cars, but like trucks, and at first I didn't know what they were. I was just like, what, like I've never seen them. And then my family member told me what they were, and every single day they would just come and go, like from one side to the other, and you were just like, as that you knew what they were. It just kind of messed with my brain, like I felt really sad, and at one point I was like, F this, like I don't even want to get up. And I'm not trying to make it about myself, but because it didn't happen to me, the tragedy did not happen to me, but as a New Yorker, it affected a lot of people, I guess, in different ways, because your home was attacked, your people were killed, and it sucked to see that, day in and day out. So it just messed up with it messed up my mental health at the time. So I guess to combat the that particular like sadness, New Yorkers all band together, okay? And we were just nice to one another. Like afterwards, we were just all like just nice, It was, I think, for a good 2 months or so, I could be wrong, give or take 2 months, everybody was just friendly to one another. Like they were just super nice to one another. I remember I was trying to walk across the street, and I was like kind of dazed out of it. And so like the car stopped. And instead of the New Yorker way where they're like, oh, watch where you're going, nah, the guy was really nice. He had the brightest smile. He waved, he was like, it's okay. And I walked across the street just fine. But it was like everyone was nice. That was just one example, but everybody was nice. We were all trying to like help one another out. We were all trying to just get by because, it was a scary time. It was a sad time. And as a New Yorker, I couldn't be prouder after like the aftermath of it, because we all band together to try to lift one another up. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that was my little story time for that. What else happened? Yeah, nothing really, like, for me, nothing else really happened. Except for the school I went to had a bunch of bomb threats. And I mean, thank goodness for my friend, like, he was able to get pulled back from the train station. I don't know what would have happened if he were able to go up the stairs and I honestly don't know, because wow, he was very close to the buildings. So, and so my question to you is, where were you? I mean, were you alive during that time? Were you in school? Were you in work? Like, where were you? Were you not even in New York? Let me know your story. You don't have to give me the juicy details, like exactly where you were, or what you were doing, but let me know, you know? So it's still kind of weird for me to talk on the phone without like somebody else talking. It's just, in my mind, it's still a little weird, and it's hard for me to adjust. I feel like I'm just talking to a brick wall right now, but I know I'm talking to some people, you know? But yeah. So that's about it for me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to know more about the things that I talk about, feel free to subscribe. Questions, comments, concerns in the comments section below. And if you want to subscribe, if you want to, I would greatly appreciate that. No, I'm kidding. If you want to subscribe, I'm going to be upfront and honest with you. I try to make I try to like have a variety of things going on. Like, I don't just have one thing. Sometimes I'll do a little story time. Sometimes I'll do a reaction, maybe ish. But for the majority of the videos, from what I could see, it's more couponing than anything. I have made review videos, and I have made videos on like what TV shows I like, etc., etc. So, I mean, it's like that's what this channel is about, random chats. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening to me. Again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But I will talk to you next time. Have a nice day.